Okay. This is a beautiful day. It doesn't matter what time you press play, new knowledge you'll get today. Hi, everyone. In today's short talk, we will speak about deployment. You can find in our YouTube channel different deployment tools. Today, we are going to speak about deployment using Git and VS Code. I'm Tiago Schmidt, Solution Architect at CloudGaia, and I will conduct this chat with our special guest, Tiago Gonzalez. Welcome, Tiago. By the way, it is a beautiful name.
Thank you, Tiago, for inviting me for this special session. I'm very pleased to here with you.
Great. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and activate the bell to receive alerts about our new videos. So, Tiago, show us how we can deploy with Git and VS Code, but step by step. So, to start, what in fact I really need,
Of course, Tiago, I will show you the tools we need in order to work. So the first thing you need to have is a repository. In this case, I use Git. You can use Bitbucket or anyone you feel comfortable. I will show you how to create a repository. Here in this section, you will hit in clicking new and choose any name, whatever you want. In this case, I will use the ship because it's the CloudGaia repo 2024. As you can see, I just create as a public one because I will just kill it later. And if you take a look here, this is your repository. Hit and copy, or you can use Ctrl+C and save it for later. Also, you need these three tools. It's the Visual Studio Code. In this case, I use Windows. You can choose anyone. It could be Linux, Mac. Download the Git distribution here, and also the Salesforce CLE. Keep in mind, we leave all the links in the video, so it's more easy for you to pick up and download from there.
Important to say, to work with Salesforce, they are mandatory, so you need to install all of them, because if not, it's gonna break at some point, in the process,
So once you have the VS Code, you need two extensions. You need to work with two extensions, and this is very, very important. Now, the first one, as you can see, is the Salesforce package generator. This is going to be more easy to extract all the information from an ORG. We will see this later. And also the other one is the Salesforce extension, the Salesforce extension pack expander.
Once I have VS Code installed with the extension pack, what do I need to do to continue, to clone the repo, for example?
Yes, excellent question. Yeah, thank you. Now, in order to clone the repo, now the first thing you need to have here is with your VS Code open. As you can see, I'm located. I will show you in the C drive. Now, first, let's create a folder. I always strongly recommend to you to create all your work in the same folder. In this case, I will just call repo. I will create the folder from the console, but feel comfortable as you want. You can create with right click and create a folder. There's so many ways. Now, once you have the folder here, just go into the folder. See? And do you remember that I say save it for later the link? Well, use git clone and the repo. Hit it. Let's see, let's check open the folder into the C drive and open the folder. And now you are ready, of course. And now, as you can see, you already have the connection, your VS Code with your repository. Now, once you have your clone into your computer, now you need to add your credentials. In this case, as you can see, I use git config, global username, that username, and here, just type your name. And also the email.
And what is the purpose of that? Just to clarify to the audience.
Yes. This is because once you work with your repository, every time I made a change or something, it will show you my credentials, who made the changes, and basically is to identify who works with the repository and who made what and where. Now, once you have the repository, you need to create the structure of a Salesforce. So how to create a project? Well, this is very easy. Which in this case, I'm using a Windows computer with Shift and Control P. It will show you, will pop up here in this case, the create project. Hitting create project and create an empty one. I always strongly recommend to you to use the same name as you create your repository. In this case, I will use CG repo 2024. And this is very important. What do you want to do is create the project over the repo folder. Why? Because what do you want is to override or create the structure inside of the repository. Create the project. It will show you a pop-up here. It says override, hitting override. And you will see now you have the basic structure of Salesforce. Now, you have your repo, you have the extensions, you have everything. Now, for last, what you need to do is basically to connect your repository with your organization. How to do that? It's very easy. Shift Control P, authorize an ORG. Make sure you already have an organization and a Salesforce account, of course, is very, very important. Now, hitting authorize an ORG. And keep in mind, if you are using TriHead, because probably you're using a TriHead account, you must connect with the production one, not with the sandbox. Keep in mind the sandbox is just only copies from the production. And in this case, you are using your account from TriHead. So get in production and try to use a very friendly name. For example, if you work with a developer or with a QA, just type the names here. In this case, I use dev because it's just the developer organization. And I will use the other layers from CloudGaia. It will show you a pop-up and use your credential. In this case, I already create a user for me with a live account. Set your password. And if the connection is success, you will see here a pop-up say succession authorization. There you are. Now, if you take a look, I will show you it's connected. Now, I will show you how to extract information metadata from an ORG. Just Shift Control P. And do you remember that I suggest you to use the package generator? Well, this is the extension, and now this is the moment to use it. So, choose the metadata. In this case, I will use the Apex class. And in the right side, you will see all the metadata information. In this case, I will just only concerned about this information. Hit in update package, and you will see it's automatic. Now, once you have the package, XML, right-click and retrieve source in manifest from ORG. And from this way, you bring all the information to your local computer. Now, with all the information in your computer, in your local computer, you need to upload to your repository, the one you create at the beginning of the video. So this is very easy. Just use these commands. In this case, I will just add all the information. Now, commit. In this case, I will just put out something called project and push it. And now, if you pay attention, once you upload all the information, you will see it reflects here in the repository. In this case, all the files. I just upload here. I will show you here. Now, I will show you how to deploy just a simple component to your organization, okay? Now, I will choose the create day by flow. In this case, I will just make a small change here. I will use my own name. Control S because you need to save the changes. And it is very easy. Just right click over the component and deploy this source to ORG. And if you take a look, you will see here your component, the one you deploy. Deploy succeed. You can see the dates. In this case, was only one component. And finally, the deployment was done.
And if I want to somehow deploy everything, how should I do that?
Oh, okay, I will show you. In this case, if you want to deploy the full project, just you need to stay here in the root. Same thing, deploy this source to ORG, and you deploy all the components from one place, right? From your local computer to your organization.
Great. And just as a good practice, once I have this deployed to my org, now I need to also commit again to my repo to have everything aligned, you know?
Now, once you deploy your component, the last part is just update your repository. The same steps I showed you before. Add a file. Just type something like modify file and push it. And if you take a look in the repository, you will see your last change here was modified by me. And thank you. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this video.
Great, Tiago. It was very useful. I guess many people who are starting, with VS Code and need to understand how to connect, the repository with the VS Code and also the instance, the Salesforce instance with the VS Code and do this link, between those things. It's a beginning, of course, there are many ways to do that, to do the deployment. There are some automations that sometimes, if you want to do branch merge, with Git, and you can add some actions there to do this automatically there, So, but yes, it's a beginning, so we can start from there. As I said, we had other tools, deployment tools in our videos, We're gonna leave some of them here so you can understand the deployment process, but it is the same idea, but now using VS Code, and GIT to have the data in your repository there. So this is, I think it is very useful, and I would like to thank you. I know this give you some work, no, to create the scenario, bring everything, but I would like to thank you, and you are invited, to come back and bring other
Thank you very much.
Other subjects to us. Okay.
Thank you very much, Tiago. Thank you for inviting me for this special session.
Tiago, how to find you on social media?
Well, you will find me as my name and my last name, Tiago Gonzalez. Feel free to look for me and LinkedIn. And if you have a question or something, feel free to send me a question and I will answer you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Great. And if you want, add me there as well. I'm very active on LinkedIn. So Tiago Schmidt. I will leave our link in the video's description to make it easier for everyone. And add CloudGaia there as well in all social medias. It is at CloudGaia, LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere. So don't forget to activate the bell and subscribe here in our YouTube channel as well. See you in the next episode. Bye. Bye, Tiago.
Bye.